This video comes to you from Gongaii Games, your source for Star Wars Destiny singles, sealed product, and tons of other great games. Check them out at gongaii.com. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dice Commando. We're coming to you today from Gongaii Games for round 1, a standard quarter kit tournament. On our left we have Alex. Alex is playing the Shadowcaster Reset deck. We'll go through the details of that as he plays. And on our right we have Brenton. Brenton's playing Thrawn Snoke, certainly with all the new TIE fighters. So on the roll in, Brenton gets a nice 6, which definitely beats Alex. Alex is on the Weapons Factory, reducing the cost of the first vehicle he plays by 1. But so is Brenton, so Brenton will certainly just take Alex's probably to take the shields. No, he does not. He takes his own. Anything he can do to throw up a barrier to Alex getting that in. But Alex will not have any problem making money. So he puts 1 shield on each of his engineers. And Brenton gets first strike here. Alright, so in comes Thrawn. No surprise there. I'm actually not sure what the right call would be here. Probably pull a 1 and try to get a mod. I could also see doing a 0 and trying to get that R2 that he probably pulled for. So we've seen easy pickings, friends and low, pinned down, the TLT, and the 0 cost astromech. Oh, he did not. He must have called 4 trying to get to Shadowcaster just in case. So there's a Philp right back at Brenton. You can see Brenton's hands. There's a TIE Fighter, Mind Trick. We have Hidden Motive pinned down and a Droid Tank. So actually a pretty good start for Brenton. Takes pin down. Okay. Yeah, that motive's not too bad for Alex. Okay, so there's a focus into the money. Setting him up for a Snoke. Here comes L3 for a shield and a shield. Alex was hoping for $1. Okay, so we just Snoked. We did the Snoke power action. Put 1 into Thrawn for 4 more. So he's at $6. That's enough to put down the Droid Tank and a TIE Fighter. Alright, pitches to reroll. There's $1. $1 and a discard. Alright, Droid Tank for 1, 2, 3 with the Weapons Factory, and indirect is dealt, which of course goes on L3. Alex is going to put all the indirect he can in L3 since she will become a mod. Rolls the Droid Tank in with a 3 for 1. Alex is going to take a lot of quick damage here for sure. Hey, there's a pitch. I should say a discard. Can he get the tie is the question. He does. He gets the tie. That's pretty big. Actually, that's not pretty big. That's exceedingly big. That's actually game-changing right now. Alright, Snoke. Alright, now do note those Thrawn dice are pulled back. They're already used. But Snoke gets 2 disrupts. Actually, that's also huge. I think Alex has to pick them. He does have the pickings. I think he's got to pick the... I think he has to. Does not. He takes $1. I think Brenton disrupts here. Try to stop him from getting the Shadowcaster out. Absolutely. Yep, that's what he's going to do. No shit. Well, I shouldn't say no because the engineers both have $. Alright, so engineer comes in, rolls the $, and Alex will get to look at the top 4 cards of his deck if he chooses, which it looks like he does not. So 3 go into the engineer, takes 2 net, costs Brenton 1. There's $1. So all Alex needs is 1 more $, which the engineer can potentially get him. Okay, Brenton passes. Here comes the engineer. It's the 2 indirect. Not doing him any good. Now Brenton, remember, has the motive, so actually if the engineer gets money, he can try to keep him off of it. Okay, so we're thinking here. Alex goes and claims. It's smart. Okay, so Brenton has $4, and Alex has $4, plus armor reinforcement, plus the weapons factory, so he can actually drop his, for 2, he can actually put on the table his Shadowcaster, and then actually put the TLT on it right away. Well, not right away, it'll take him in action, but. Okay, that's his opening move, so he goes with the armor reinforcement. Shadowcaster will come in for 1-2. Alright, so the Shadowcaster, just a reminder, it has a whole bunch of big sides which all have pay sides, but the pay sides are reduced by the number of mods on it. So we already know that Alex has the R2 astromech in his hand. Oh no, sorry, the R2 astromech is there in the discard pile, so that's not true. He does have the TLT, which will help, but he can start fishing out additional with the engineers. Now Alex did not engineer either time last round. Okay, so there's a Thrawn 2 focus and a 1 shield. He called 2. So there's a pin down, easy pickings, field medic, and a truce. Got rid of the TLT. It was a good call by Brenton. He did know that was in there. So Alex is going to have to go fishing with his engineers here. Alright, so here comes L3. The focus and a $1. There's a probe. He knows he's going to hit. Brenton certainly keeping the pressure on. So there's the field medic and the truce. He doesn't really need the truce anymore, so that's not hugely impactful. Okay, Alex's turn. I think he's just got to go fishing with his engineers. Takes $1. Okay. Droid tank. With the 1 shield. There's a pickings for the 2-1 shields. That's pretty good. Alright, here comes Snoke with a focus and a disrupt. So you can Snoke to that 2, or sorry, you can focus the $2 if he wants. Engineer comes in with a 2 indirect. Alex will look at the top 4 cards. He does not have to show. He only has to show, of course, the one he picks, which is dorsal turret. And then we just saw 2 dangerous maneuvers, but he'll put those on the back. I did not see that last card. I'll put them on the bottom of his deck. Goes to Brenton. Now we haven't seen Brenton's hand this turn, but it does look like he's going to go to the Thrawn money. Yeah, there's a pin down to get it. It's a good play. There's a disrupt. Interesting. Not much happened this round, but Alex is not done. Brenton is. Okay, he looks like he was going to do the engineer, but decided against it. Instead, he'll focus to the money. We do know he has the dorsal turret in his hand, so that'll help him play the dorsal turret. Now the dorsal turret also, when you play it, rolls in, so Alex will get, in theory, a double activation out of that particular die. But it's going to take him several actions to get there. Meanwhile, Brenton has $3. Right, force illusion onto Thrawn. Right, there's the $1, goes back to Brenton. Right, passes, dorsal turret comes in for 1. We'll get to roll in. Hits the 2 indirect. Not bad. It's basically free damage. Alright, 2 indirect. 1 on Snoke. And 1 on Thrawn. Okay. Alright, pass again. Here comes the engineer. Fish again, more than likely. There's another 2 indirect. Man, those engineers have been hitting damage. Okay, I didn't see which one that was yet, but we'll find out shortly. It might have been another dorsal turret. It certainly wasn't, well, it has to be. It wasn't the R2 and it wasn't the TLT, so it must be another dorsal turret. So there's 2 indirects. Snoke takes them both, goes to 3. And Alex is in really good shape here. Brenton must not have drawn any vehicles. So there's a 2 shield on the Shadowcaster and a blank on the dorsal. And now Alex will have to pitch. Yep, so he just takes the 2 shields, puts them on the middle engineer, and Brenton claims. Okay, so Brenton will go to $5 and hope that he draws vehicles here. There he got a planetary bombardment. He got the imposing presence. I still haven't seen the original 2 cards he had. Original 3 cards he had. Alright, so it's his opening move, probably Thrawn's again. We see a suppressive fire, a first aid. We know he has the dorsal. Looks like another truce in Alex's hand. Okay, Brenton comes in with Thrawn. Wow, 2 focus. 0, yeah, there's suppress. Oh, easy pickings is the other one. So he had called 1. So he's left with a suppressive fire, a truce, a dorsal turret, and a first aid. The dorsal turret will probably come down right here. So Alex is in a really good position, and his first 2 turns didn't necessarily go the way he wanted them to either. So, oh man, comes in for another free 2 indirect. Not bad. Alright, there's the droid tank. Comes in for the 2. 2 ranged. Alex's move here. Probably just does the 2 indirect. Yep. Alright, he pops. Loses an arc and a force illusion. That's risky popping when you know you have vehicles coming, because you don't have them in your hand. He did not get the ties he was looking for sure. And there's the 2 focus, the 2 money, and is it the 3 for 1? It is. Okay, there's L3 with a 2 focus and a 1. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Alright, so there's a Thrawn power action. He'll gain $4, putting him at 9. And Thrawn's now at 3. Okay, that came in with $1 on the engineer, and he'll go fishing. Yep, that Thrawn die needed to come out. Okay, so we do see a... Oh, well, either way, he won't be able to pull it. But we did see a garbage chute in there. He did not get a mod. So he does not have one in his hand now. 4, 5, 6 for the planetary bombardment. Comes down and deals 1 indirect for there being 1 vehicle in play. Alex takes a shield off. Oh no, he does not. Puts it into... Oh, it puts in L3. Makes sense. Alright, comes in with big indirect. That is the 5. Alright, engineer dollar. Now Brenton knows that there's nothing he can do about this. So Snoke, 2 indirect and 2 focus. Engineer comes in. Now the thing is here, Alex is usually going to put that indirect on. He gets a TLT, and the others will go on the bottom of his deck. That astromech is also in there, which he did not pull. That's a ways away. But so what I was saying is Brenton resolves this indirect. Alex probably puts it on Leet and then moves Leet to the Shadowcaster. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to kill L3, and then he'll have to do 1, 2, 3, I believe. Just the Leet with that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that is correct. Sorry. Okay, Alex's action here. The focus on the table with the engineer will help him. Not to mention L3's die is coming again. He's going to overwrite the dorsal for 1. Now this one does not roll in like the dorsal does, but while that die is in the pool, the Shadowcaster die is protected. Okay, so that imposing presence that's in Brenton's hand actually looks like he has 2 of them. That card can remove 1 die when there's 3 or less in hand, which he can do right now, or when Alex has no cards in hand, he can remove 2 die, which is actually a very real possibility with pitches to reroll here, although Alex will probably be getting lots of focus. So 3 for 1, the Rebel Engineer takes a net 2, goes to 4. Here comes a Shadowcaster. Alright, we got a blank on the dorsal, a 2 shield on the Shadowcaster, a +2 on the TLT, but a focus on Leet, and a blank on L3. Sorry, I used Leet and L3 interchangeably in my head, so I apologize if that's confusing to listen to. I will try to not do that. 2 focus isn't doing him a ton of good out there. At this point, he's playing defense. And he cannot remove the Shadowcaster. Now we believe he still has the Mind Trick. So actually what's happening right here is they actually did a judge call, which was to me to clarify Mind Trick because the TLT is protected. So the way that would work, right? So Mind Trick is a 2-cost event, spot a blue, makes your opponent divide their dice into 2 pools, and you can remove one of the pools. So the way that works is even though the Shadowcaster, because the Shadowcaster die is protected, if it's in the group that gets chosen to remove, it stays, regardless of whether the TLT is in that same group. The reason is because all the dice are removed at the same time, therefore the effect does not apply to the Shadowcaster die, even if the TLT is removed in the same action. If for some reason a card were to say remove dice 1 at a time, then it would work. But because it's mass removal all at one time, that die stays protected. Okay, so we had an imposing presence to remove the TLT, and that will allow him to imposing presence again. So that was very smart. All right, suppressive fire comes down for 0. So unfortunately Brenton's going to have to pass to kind of show his hand here. When he passes, it will kind of show his hand here. He does have hidden motive as well. That TLT causes a lot of problems. Very good card. So I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's just going to straight remove. He's got that imposing. Yep. So he's just going to straight remove the Shadowcaster die. That will burn a large portion of Alex's turn here. So you can focus into the 2 focus and then flip the other 2 die to indirect is probably what he'll do. So there's an indirect. Yep. So he'll hit for 4 indirect, which is, I mean, not too shabby. Man, L3's die is pretty amazing. Didn't Brenton have to use his last dollar for imposing presence? So I think that should not be. I think he should be out of money. In fact, I'm positive of it because he didn't have enough for Mind Trick previously. So Brenton needs to put that dollar away. I mean, either way, what he has left in hand is Mind Trick and Hidden Motive. So he can't play either of them. Or, I mean, he can't play the Mind Trick either way, but I'm more worried about the next turn. Okay, he's thinking this over. Alex has cards in hand, so he's going to motive the dorsal, which gets a blank. Alex can pitch to reroll here, so no, he won't. He'll just deal the 2 indirect. Okay, 1 on each. There's a truce. Okay, Brenton should only have $1 now. We'll see how impactful that is. Okay, so that is it. Brenton will have first strike here. Yeah, Brenton should only have $3. Let's see if that matters. At this point, I think Alex has him over a rail, so we will see. Alex drew a bunch of cards. I saw logistics in there. He drew 5 cards, but the big one he drew is the strategic planning, which is right in front. It's a 1 cost that'll let him re-ready the Shadowcaster. He does have 2 dangerous maneuvers, which will let him move damage around as he chooses. Those are really dead to him at this point because what he wants to do is try to move it over to L3, and she's already gone. Okay, so Chance Cube comes down on Thrawn, goes to Alex, who will probably just roll in the Shadowcaster, which he does. Alright, so there's a 3-for-1 on the Twin Laser Turret, TLT. I can't see the Shadow. Oh, the Shadowcaster got the 5-for-2. No, sorry, that's the 4-for-1. L3 got $1, a shield, and then we have the discard on the dorsal. Okay, so there's a pin down for the TLT, which, removes 3. I think with the ready, Alex probably just goes ahead and hits for a 4 here. Damage is damage right now. Alright, pays strategic and actually readies the vehicle first. Okay. Okay, Thrawn comes in. Oh, that was very heads up by Alex doing it. He didn't want to lose it. That was very smart. Very, very smart. Good play, Alex. Okay, so Friends and Lows, the other one that we see. Logistics and the 2 dangerous, so nothing. So he had called 1. He would have lost his strategic. So that was an excellent, excellent play. Okay. And then Alex Suppressive to remove the Thrawn focus. It's Alex's action again. There's the 4-for-1. 2 on each. You have to be careful with this deck to keep out of 6 range, which sounds crazy. But once you are, the Shadowcaster has a 6-for-3. And once you put somebody within 6 to dead, so 1 goes on Thrawn, 2 go on Thrawn, and 1 goes on. Oh yeah, 2 on Thrawn and 2 on Snoke. Alright, here comes the bombardment. Oh, that's the 7. That's huge because Brenton knows he can't remove it. There's a shield. That's big. I mean, I think you do it right here, right? Doesn't kill though, and Alex was probably going to be able to finish him off. Well, at least be able to. No, I don't think so. Okay, here comes Snoke. Focus and a focus. We do see a tie now in Brenton's hand. Alright, there's a discard. See if we can get the tie again. Oh, there's the mind trick. I think Brenton plays the tie. Okay, rolls in the droid tank. Gets a shield. That's fair. See more options before you start focusing up. So that's 1, 2 potential. Okay, so there's $1. Just trying to do the math on what Brenton can deal here. Okay, so there's a focus into probably the double focus, yes. Which lets him flip to the 3. And then, okay, leaves Thrawn where he's at and goes to the indirect there. Yeah, fair enough. Here comes the Shadowcaster again. All right, there it is. And the TLT as well. Okay. I mean, Brenton has to take his money here if he's going to have any shot. He's actually going to shield. Oh. So he actually Snokes, takes the 1 damage, and puts 3 shields. So that will kill Thrawn. And that costs... Oh, it doesn't cost anything on the caster, but it does cost 1 for the TLT. There we go. Okay, but I like that play by Brenton. He doesn't have the dollar that he needed. Doesn't have the money he needed for the ties, though. He has not played a vehicle yet, actually, so he can drop a tie for 1. So because he has a battlefield. There we go. So there's a tie, 1 indirect. Goes on a shield. Okay, so that engineer has 8 left. The other engineer has an effective 7 left. Tie hits the +2. That's not helping. 1 card in Brenton's hand left for rerolls. Okay, here comes the other engineer. 2 indirect. That was pretty good. He's looking at this point. I think he's seen his whole deck. The R2 Astromech is still out there. Or by that I mean in his deck. Okay, there's a pitch to reroll. It's a disrupt. Okay, comes the other engineer with a focus. Okay, so he can flip that dorsal to its 2. There's nothing Brenton can do about it. Yep, he's calling it right there. So that was not technically over, but it's effectively over. So all right, game 1 goes to Alex. Nice job, Alex. We'll be back very shortly with round 2. Thank you for watching.